welcome to another episode of The Grid. I'm Jisuki, your host, and I'm in the neighborhood of Pullman. Yes, the historic neighborhood built by George Pullman, the founder of the luxury sleeper car. He built an entire community where his workers could not only live here, but they could shop here, play here, and also work here. And in 2015, President Barack Obama deemed Pullman with a national monument status. Let's go find out more about this historic neighborhood at the Pullman Visitor Center. I'm here with Michael at the Pullman Visitor Center. So tell me about George Pullman.
His real passion was to create passenger cars that were sleeping cars that would accommodate people when the Transcontinental Railroad was built, because they would spend a week on the train. The other important part is the town of Pullman, where we're standing today, because that was part of a major experiment that he conducted. He thought that if you build a plant, you should also create a positive environment for the workers to raise their families, to live in. The other two major things were the early development of organized labor, the development of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters in the labor movement, as well as the civil rights movement. A. Philip Randolph, who was the president of the organization that eventually got them a contract, first African American union to achieve that. The Porters became very active in the civil rights movement and eventually helped organize the March on Washington in 1963, where Martin Luther King gave his famous speech.
So I'm here with Robbie. Got a lot of delicious food in front of me. You cooked all this?
Yeah.
So where did you learn to cook?
My father-in-law, actually. I'd never done anything like this, and then one day he offered me a job here, and he showed me everything I know.
Tell me about the restaurant.
It's been here for about 45 years.
It's classic diner.
Yes, it's classic diner, old-fashioned 50s, 60s style breakfast, lunch. We have a lot of regular customers that come in here. People come in here 20, 30 years, still coming in here today.
I was going to ask you about your customers. Tell me about them.
I hear stories all the time. A guy will come in. I used to come in with my grandpa 20 years ago, and I'm still coming in. I love this place.
You know what? I might need a little ketchup, and I might need a little refill on my coffee. Sorry, but get back to work, Robbie.
They come for the hash browns, you know that, right?
What makes the hash browns special?
They're shredded, and that's what people like about them.
And how long have you been living in Pullman?
It'll be 62 years.
62 years you've been in Pullman. Okay, what's Pullman like? What do you love about the neighborhood?
Everything.
Describe it.
People, everything. Close-knit community.
And you like the owner? Is he nice?
Oh, yeah. I've been here 21 years. I have to like him.
So I never knew that one of my favorite hand soaps, Method, was made right here in the Pullman neighborhood. We're going to visit the industrial complex along with Gotham Greens, which is on the rooftop. Also nearby is the Whole Foods Distribution Center. Well, let's go check out Gotham and Method right now. Why did Method pick the Pullman neighborhood to have their factory?
Really, it was about the community. Like, we went and visited a lot of communities, and this is the community that we felt most comfortable in.
Why?
This community was a lot more engaged. There was a lot more effort for us to actually locate here.
How many people from Pullman are you employing?
So when we looked at this building, we as Method have about 100 employees in the building. We have between around 50% of them in the zip code and the 5 zip codes that touch it. We are producing 250,000 bottles of soap every day.
Okay, so we're gonna take a tour now?
We are gonna take it to
Okay, I heard this is where I need.
hairnets and goggles.
Yeah.
And
Okay, how's that? Do I look lovely?
you look amazing.
I'll do it.
Can't beat that. And this is the only LEED Platinum certified soap factory on the entire planet.
Okay.
This is it. So
Very green.
very green, yes. And when we talk about things, we talk about being restorative. So we actually want to give back more than we're actually taking.
From the planet.
Exactly.
So Jen, you're one of the owners of Gotham Greens.
Yes.
Tell me what's so special about your company.
So in Gotham Greens, we started around 2011 in New York City. Me, Viraj, and Eric are the owners. You know, we wanted to build, you know, an urban farming company, and we started with our first one there. Anyway, now here we are in Chicago on our fourth one with several more under construction. And it's just so exciting that we are growing.
Why is this type of farming so good for the environment?
Yeah, so what we're doing is called controlled environment agriculture. So we're growing indoors in a greenhouse. We can get so much more productivity per square foot and yield great quality, great yield using very few resources. The distribution model is really unique too, that we could just deliver like the most fresh produce. We're not trucking it very far. Good for the consumer, enjoying it in terms of shelf life and quality, and then good for you know, the energy and trucking also. We are employing people from the neighborhood. Same thing with the site next door. We're really, I think there's about, you know, 5 zip codes in the surrounding area that we're really dedicated to getting all of our employees from.
To find all of these places we highlighted in today's video, head to the Chicago Sun-Times website. See you next time on The Grid.